Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you what Jarvan Jungle can do after the buffs. It was fairly substantial, but a lot of people didn't really notice it, and that is on his passive. The cooldown gets much lower in the later levels, all the way down to 3 seconds, meaning you can consistently reapply it against multiple people pretty much constantly. And whenever you smack them with your autos, you'll be doing 8% of their current health, which is extremely useful for bursting squishies and tanks alike. And the nice thing about it is whether you build AD, AP, or tank, it always does the same amount of damage because it doesn't scale off of anything. It's going to be a flat 8% of the current health no matter what you do, which is perfect because right now in Jarvan it's way stronger to go for Sunfire Aegis, more on hit style because his E gives him 40% bonus attack speed. So for our build, we're going to be rushing for a Sunfire Aegis into Titanic, probably into Warmogs. The core is Sunfire Titanic, loads of damage, and crazy carry potential, lots of tankiness. Sick leash from 𝐒𝐿, man, that was nuts. I'm surprised she popped it. Normally they won't do that for the leash. Normally on Jarvan, you want to keep your clear nice and tight. The goal is to get level 3 double buffs, start pressuring the map to do that. Double buffs plus Gromp, fastest way. 3 camp level 3. You can do them fairly quickly. You want to pull blue buff towards the Gromp. Once you're level 2, you can take blue and Gromp at the same time pretty comfortably. We're still in range for our flag bonus attack speed from the active there. We're going to go ahead and smite that. And now we'll focus down the blue while simultaneously applying our passive to the Gromp. You will take a little bit more damage doing it this way, but I think it's worth it to clear it just a little bit faster, because I want to get there nice and early. We'll be close to full HP here in a moment. Top lane's gankable. I want to go for Zac. He put Glacial Augment, which is kind of weird. We could hop over the wall, but I want to have my EQ, plus Zac clears kind of slow. All right, I already muted everyone. I like to focus. He's not over here yet. He'll be here shortly. Could potentially kill Yasuo. Sometimes you'll hear like an audio effect that shouldn't be there, and you can tell where they're at, but I knew he's coming up here anyways. I would prefer to walk into him then knock him up. It's just it is what it is. Got the red buff, he has to back off. In hindsight, we probably could have gotten a kill top or a kill mid, one or the other. So it's just one of those things. We still got really good value. We crippled Zac's clear. We'll take double scuttle. He has to reset. He's not going to be able to get down really any ganks. We still have our exhaust. Exhaust wouldn't have helped us kill him because he's going to E away. So I didn't bother using it on him there. I can wait for Silas before I cross over here. I have a little bit of time before I have to cross. Like, my mid laner gets back, their mid laner should be back any second. Yeah, there he is. We'll walk up into him. Preferably, you want to slow them first with your W or exhaust before you knock up, because they generally try to juke it. Oh, he didn't see me. He went in right before he could see me. So now we'll EQ. He's giga slowed. We're missing some autos. I'm just going to help him shove. After successful ganks... Oh my gosh, you missed cannon. But after successful ganks, you generally want to shove wave. It helps you hit a timely level 6. I'm going to run past this and go bot. They probably won't even notice me because they're tunneling in on the fight. Yeah, that's perfect. Zac's level 3. He does have Ruby too, so... it's probably not the best fight for me. Oh, he didn't auto it. I don't think we can really stay now. We can go back and get our Bomby Cinder, which is a really good first back. Get Sunfire Aegis for the Flame Touch. Huge attack speed from passive lethal tempo plus Flame Touch, kind of nuts. Top lane looks kind of gankable. I do have exhaust. Somehow Azir just died. I guess he overstayed. This game's extremely messy. Yasuo has tier 1 boots, so he'll be quite a bit faster than me. I'm moving 340. With tier 1s, he's moving 370. It's really fast. Big wave crashing mid. I think Azir will be there to catch it though. I'll go top lane here in a second. I want to burn smite before I head up there. Bomby Cinder more range than our auto attacks. It's like Yasuo backed off right when I wanted to go kill him. Maybe he's resetting. We'll go mid here. There's no rush. Silas just got back to lane. He's not going to reset right now. It wouldn't make sense for him to do that. Alright, we'll go. We have our exhaust. We could just EQ and exhaust. And even if we miss knockup, still probably kill him. He also backed off. I guess he went for fruits. Now he's not looking very gankable. Hey, bud. I should have used my knockup potentially. I suppose he could have just dodged it though. That's the thing. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna have to EQ out. Yasuo rotated. This game's gonna get really messy. Azir's dying a lot solo. It's gonna make the game hard. Our support went in for a roam. Now Callista's a little out of position. Yeah, she's dead. They're full HP too. I can't really do anything to them. They're gonna have to be underneath turret. Finally have my red smite, but I don't actually have a smite charge to use. They're up 7-3. We really need our Sunfire Aegis so we can start properly carrying. All their lanes are solo winning. Zach doesn't have any KP. That's how it goes sometimes. Got our exhaust. We're calling flash. We win this because I have lethal tempo. Oh, I think he still has... I don't know. I don't think we can kill him. We'll leave it. Mid lane's looking alright. Top lane. Sion's still struggling. Like I said, we really need that Sunfire Aegis. I'm not getting any of the kill gold. We are quite a ways off. Need about 1k more. The knockup itself doesn't do any damage. It's just a knockup. So a lot of times versus monsters, if you don't need to knock them up, like there, knocking up was a mistake because I'm not able to auto while you're in that animation. So Zach's top side, his blue buff's up. We hit level 6 per 8 minute. It's decent for Jarvan since he's not the fastest clearer in the world. We'll go mid here. We need to... Yep, we got the knockup still. It's nice. Red smite him. Got the shutdown. I could push into his red buff. Kind of feeling the blue buff more. Pyke might come and rotate. That'd be really annoying. Alright, he's not. Zach might go into my jungle. I just have to keep a close eye on their bot lane. Can figure out what they're thinking based off of how they move. Yeah, we can do this. 3 versus 2. As long as MF doesn't get a big R, I have my R. I just need to stick on her. Need to walk her down slower into knockup. Got the slow. EQ. Nice, nice, nice. Your R can't really miss. It's much harder for them to outplay it since it's point and click. So a lot of times you slow and you'll end up R'ing first before your EQ, especially if you think that they have flash, which she did. I don't think he's gonna stop my recall. He might. That'd be annoying if he did. Sook might not be up in time. Against their team, oh, man, we have a weird amount of gold. On Jarvan, you normally want plated or mercs. You don't usually go for lucidity just because he's not a caster style champion. He's more of an on hit based champion. The fact that he has a 40% attack speed steroid, level 1, on a level 1 ability, and his passive. So, oh, cool. Zach didn't counter invade, so he didn't know we went into his jungle. Zach with a glacial. I have to try that. Haven't seen that too much. Zach's in a good spot right now in the meta, with everyone being tankier and the tank jungle items being buffed. It's very good for him. The main thing this game that we've been battling is just lack of opportunity. When you're faced with lack of opportunity in League, it's about minimizing your own mistakes. So you might be getting a not as high of a value as you would like, but as long as you're not personally making like big mistakes, eventually people on the enemy team will make mistakes you can take. Like the enemy shoved up bot there, and they're shoving up without forward enough vision against a Jarvan, so they're essentially just gonna keep dying over and over and over, which is what we need. Really want that Sunfire though. I'm ready for it. Our R's up. Exhaust is up. I don't think MF has flash either. She gets taunted into turret. Pyke's dead. Yeah, the turret's chunked, man. Turrets, they overbuffed turret damage. And I get it. Last patch, they took away some of that damage, but it doesn't matter. They're still doing more damage than they did 4 patches ago. Too much damage, I think. That's why we're starting to see champions like hyperscalers, 𝐒𝐿 and 𝐒𝐿 be S+ tier. Put out a 𝐒𝐿 video. She's so broken. Nice E by the Zac. He gets the Q knock. 𝐒𝐿 doesn't follow it up very well because he's afraid of the 0 wall, and then sure enough, the wall comes out. I can't really follow this too well. Looking at items, I'm sitting on a huge stockpile. Could potentially set up a dragon or just pinch the bot here. I need Rakan. Oh, dude, I don't know where he's going. He's actually going to chase a kill instead of getting a guaranteed double. That's tragic. Tragic. Can we win it? Ooh, MF's full item. 𝐒𝐿 isn't. I don't know if me and 𝐒𝐿 even win that 2 versus 2. Probably don't. I would have to land everything on MF. The knockup is no guarantee on Jarvan. Even if you land slow first, the knockup still isn't guaranteed. This Pyke's a little stinker. EQ. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust her. I don't want 𝐒𝐿 to die. Hold inside my R. Down he goes. Very nice. And you can recast your R to cancel it there. There's a little bit of a delay when you go to cancel it. It feels clunky, but it does work. We can go ahead and take Dragon now. Sion's definitely weak side. His follow-ups to ganks are really bad. It's not easy to land a knockup since it's a skill shot on Jarvan against a Yasuo. And if you don't land the CC for Sion, he usually can't land his, so it can be an awkward lane to gank for against mobile champions. Biggest mistake I think they're making is ultimately, I think their bot lane is just playing too aggro. I don't think there's any rush for them to shove down our turret and risk getting ganked, especially when my top lane isn't gankable. They should be thinking, oh man, we're the only gank for Jarvan, which they are. I can't really help this Azir. I can't really help this Sion too much. The Yasuo and 𝐒𝐿 both have really good tools for consistently being able to outplay my EQ combo. So MF's the only champion on their team who can't consistently dodge it. She has to have flash essentially. Because if I slow her movement speed, she doesn't have flash. Is she really going to be able to dodge my EQ? Not really. Remember, W's a slow, not just a shield. 𝐒𝐿 is not reacting at all here. I can't follow that in. The 𝐒𝐿 roamed. Rakan is randomly roaming to random areas. For any of you aspiring support players out there, you want to try to mirror your jungler as much as possible, particularly when you try to roam. Like, this is a 2 versus 2. That's not a good fight. You should have just been there and we killed their bot. Who knows? Maybe they're flaming each other. I have them muted, so they might not be happy with each other or something dumb like that. Yeah, I'll go for Titanic here. EQ out of base. 𝐒𝐿 gets picked. We can kill MF though. I think her flash is still on cooldown. I can just EQ and R and beat her up. Preferably come up behind her. She has tier 2 boots. I have tier 2s. She's moving 430. I'm moving 395. So she's faster until she's taking damage. We'll walk her down. Ooh, actually, Pyke has no stun. Look at this flame touch. Look at this. Oh, wait. Why do they still have everything? But look at the damage output. Keep in mind, MF has just as much items as me. We didn't necessarily land knockups, but with Lethal Tempo and Flame Touch, butchered them. Just got Sunfire Aegis. It's already done 1,031 damage. MF's had her mythic item for much longer. It's only done 167 damage. It's just so freaking strong of a combo. Sunfire plus Lethal Tempo plus the E attack speed. We pretty much just autoed them both to death. Didn't even need to use our exhaust because it wasn't that close. I could feel the way the damage was coming in. The MFR was a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I feel like they shouldn't be just getting raw kills and being able to hold on to that, but it is what it is. Didn't matter too much. God, he's getting my stuff. Got the EQ, the slow. I might have to exhaust him if he gets in on the recon here. Oh, I missed my EQ. That's tragic. Walk him down. Hit him with my Q. Down he goes. 15 to 15 kills right now on the scoreboard. My R's coming up. Was that Silas? He's full item. Pike's a full item. I don't think this is a great fight. It's a 2 versus 2, so inherently we're not at a big advantage there, and I'm already missing health, so it just doesn't make sense. You only really want to take fights where you feel like you have the overwhelming advantage. There's no reason to cut things close. Both teams make constant mistakes. And the R stay on top. Oh, that was close. That was slimy. I'm gonna have to run this way. Get away from this chump. I accidentally exhausted Pike. I was trying to exhaust Silas or MF. Completely whiffed. Got the knock up. Red smite. He is. He's a goner. The reason why Flash on Jarvan is just very meh. It's not like Gragas or 𝐒𝐿𝐒𝐿 where if you miss your EQ, you flash into them and it's like, whoa, you're good to go now. Because if you miss your EQ and you're traveling in midair like a missile and you flash into them on Jarvan, it inflicts 0 damage. Nothing. All you get is the knockup, which on its own in a lot of situations isn't enough. For 𝐒𝐿𝐿e𝐿 and Gragas, if they miss their dash attack, as long as it's still happening, they can flash into you and it lands damage and CC. Jarvan, it doesn't count the damage, so that's a big reason why on Jarvan you see him get away with ignite or exhaust. Teammates just died. I have 2 teammates kind of rage split pushing right now. They really shouldn't be doing that, especially when the enemies have Herald. I don't know if I even win this. Wow, I actually won that. I had no health. He has equal items to me and he got freaking smacked. I think I'm getting chased right now, potentially by Pyke and MF. That would really suck if Pyke's chasing me right now. I have nowhere to go. I don't want to fight 𝐒𝐿𝐿. Sorry, Cyan. It's not worth me dying with 4k gold. We'll go for Titanic into Thornmail. Or I could go Moggs. I feel like we need to go at least a Bramble and he's actually stealing my camps. Oh man, that's rough. That's the worst feeling as a jungler. Oh, but King Sticks, they need the gold too. It's also about the XP. That's the thing a lot of people don't get. Jungle item gives you increased XP, so they're just stealing XP from the team disproportionately. It's like when someone breaks into your car. Like let's say someone breaks into your car for like a $20 bill, right? What it costs you to repair your car and the time it takes to send it into the shop and get it back, right, is incredibly expensive. It's like such a bad and such a terrible exchange, and that's like what it's like when they're stealing your camps, especially like a 0 taking red buff like that. It's brutal. Me having red buff would be so nice since I'm an on-hit Jarvan build. 2,200 damage out of Sunfire Aegis. MS Mythic still done like nothing. Pyke's Mythic nothing compared to mine. Yasuo's first item rush, I think it was Bork. It's done similar damage to mine. Do keep in mind he's been getting to sit there and munch on Scion permanently in lane, so that the damage on that is a little oversaturated. I don't think I can really follow him. He's so fast. I could have potentially exhausted him and stayed on top. He's so strong though. Let's see what my red buff Azir can do, dude. Oh! That was actually kind of sweet. That Azir R was nasty. Down he goes. Yeah, this is a big throw on their part. We're all getting my E attack speed bonus here. It's really big for 𝐒𝐿ista. Please. I have Flame Touch. Flame Touch works against champions and epic monsters. I'll be chunking Baron. I can also take it. Sion should have stayed. I was really troll that he didn't. Silas shows up. This could get kind of gnarly. My shield's only level 1 too, so it's not really shielding me for that much. I might have to smite early. Yeah, I have to smite early to heal. Nice. Big 𝐒𝐿ista smite. That's a huge swing. We all get 300 gold, I believe. And obviously we get the extra stats and then minion push from the buff itself. It's a really good swing for our team. Sion overstayed. He's trying to do the inting thing. The inting Sion isn't nearly as good as it used to be. When he's in his dead form, he does like 60% reduced damage against turrets. Because I guess it was really frustrating to play against. I'd never really had that many issues with an inting style Sion. I feel like there was enough counterplay to where it shouldn't be arbitrarily nerfed, like to have an arbitrary number like, ooh, 60% reduced damage against turrets while he's in dead form. It's like, that's just an arbitrary number. I think it's silly. I think a better way to counter those kind of like low IQ strats is to basically make it to where no matter how many times someone dies, they're always worth 300 gold. They've done something similar in the past because people's gold would get like as low as 50 gold, like less than a cannon minion. And then they changed, I think the lowest the gold gets is 150 or 200, but they should just leave it at 300. So when Singes and Sions are doing that, it is what it is then. It's not just an arbitrary number. You know what I mean? Arbitrary numbers are just silliness. Speaking of arbitrary numbers, our Sunfire Aegis has done 2600 damage. Yasuo's first item rush has done 3200. Everyone else's has done fairly little. Zax's has only done 455 damage. That's not a good fight for us. We're underneath their turret. It was just a really tough place to try to position on, especially without forward vision. We need to keep going. We need to kill this guy. I don't think Sion realizes that. Oh, they quit. What a bunch of two pump chumps. All right, let's take a look at the graphs. I have a feeling we're top 2 most damage and top 2 most damage taken. Looking at damage dealt, we were the second highest in the game. Highest damage dealt was Yasuo. Looking at damage taken, we had taken the second highest in the game behind Zac. Let's look at self-mitigated. If you count self-mitigated, we took substantially more than Zac at Zac and Yasuo. Nearly twice as much. Was 1,100? Wait. No, that's 11,000. What am I talking about? Yeah, we self-mitigated 11,000 more damage. So when you look at damage taken, basically add 11,000 to our damage compared to their highest. And we're up like a third more damage. Very happy with that. Second most damage dealt in the game. Most damage taken if you count self-mitigated. Runes, incredibly high value. I really want to see more people playing Jarvan with Sunfire Aegis. The most popular Jarvan builds generally don't include it because people just look at the most common build. The most common Jarvan build is Gore Drinker, Death Stance, and then third item is highly optional. And I think it's just extremely sad because I've played Jarvan many times both ways. Keep track of the damage both items are doing, and Gore Drinker just legit does less damage and is less tanky, so I can't really see the argument to take Gore Drinker in a solo queue style environment. Just doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do enjoy reading the comments for new ideas. My name is 𝐒𝐿𝐋𝐿. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.